Hey, I'm Chef Aaron Neale. Today we're going to be doing a Salisbury buffalo steak, and it's going to be good. For our buffalo, we're going to need 2 tablespoons minced onion. I got a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs, tablespoon of ketchup, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of garlic, and I got 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. You're also going to need 1 egg. The first thing we do is just mix that all together. Grab our venison, our buffalo. 1 pound of buffalo. Just gonna get your hands dirty, get in there, and incorporate all that stuff evenly. Gonna go ahead and put in a little bit of salt and pepper in this bison meat. About a half teaspoon something. Maybe close. However much you want. Keep on mixing. When you get to this point, you just want to go ahead and patty up some little Salisbury steaks. I kind of like to do them in ovals. You can do them however you want. Now that I got the bison pattied up, I'm going to go ahead and hit my pan a little bit of olive oil. Now what you're doing here is just getting good color on your bison steaks. When you get good color on both sides, you want to go ahead and take them out of the pan. You're not cooking them all the way right now at this point. When you take them out of that, you're going to leave your oil in there and the drippings off of the steaks, and you're going to go ahead and build your sauce with that. Buffalo has very little, if any, fat content. Pen-raised buffaloes have more than wild buffalo. This buffalo here was from Chama, New Mexico, so it has hardly any. That's why it helped to put the egg and the breadcrumbs in there. It'll hold it together better. Free-range buff. Tatonka. Alright, we got the buffalo pulled out. Leave the remaining oil in there. Going in with onions and mushrooms. Got about a ½ pound of mushrooms there. And that's 1 full big white onion. Gonna go ahead and season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. You're gonna cook this down till your onions are clear and your mushrooms got a lot of good color on them. Now that our onions and our mushrooms have cooked down some, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of garlic in there, probably a teaspoon. Roast that. Also going to put about a teaspoon of parsley in there. Just roast your garlic for 30 seconds or so, a minute. Got 2 cups of beef broth here. You can use any kind of beef broth you want that you have available. I'm only going to put about a cup and a half in there. Let that come to a simmer. When it comes to a simmer, here I got equal parts butter and flour. You could thicken this up with cornstarch, but I just like the way the butter adds flavor to it. The starches will cook out of the flour, so it won't be as starchy as like a cornstarch. The flavor will just be overall better. Now we're going to serve our Salisbury steak over mashed potatoes. Back here I've got our potatoes boiling. I've heated up some butter and milk twice. It boiled over on me once. Kind of had a mess. And just gonna make a pretty common mashed potato and put this stuff all over top of it. It's gonna be really good. Simmering, just take your butter and flour and stir it in. Now if you mix that butter and flour up real good together, there won't be any clumps. It'll all disperse evenly as the butter melts. Got a little more in there I can get. Now you let that come back to a boil and simmer a little while. At that point it'll be at its fullest thickening point. While that's going on, we can go ahead and add our bison back into it and let this stuff go ahead and cook through. I better taste that, see how the sauce is tasting before I get carried away. Needs a little something. All purpose. That'll set her off. Whenever you're making mashed potatoes, a little trick to see if they're done and ready to mash is just take a knife, you know, your little paring knife, and see if it slides through real easy. You don't want to overcook them because they kind of get waterlogged and they lose a lot of flavor like that. Just a little trick. Potatoes are done. We're going to go ahead and strain them. Now we're just going to take our butter and milk. You don't want to get too much in there because it'll get soupy on you, so I just start out with a little bit, kind of go from there. Season it with salt. Do a little finger test, a little bit more salt. I'm going to season it with some black pepper too. If you don't like black pepper on your mashed potatoes, then don't put it in there. Add more milk. Take some of the lumps out. Add just a little bit more butter to it. So a little. Now everything's done, all we gotta do is plate up. Oh, son. I'm gonna serve it right on top of them potatoes. Be good gravy. Good gravy. Buffalo steaks. Oh boy. That is gonna be good. Topped off a little parsley. Voila. Salisbury bison steak on mashed potatoes. Let's see what it tastes like. Tender. General girl. Absolutely delicious. Got a lot of fresh flavors. And the mushrooms and the bison. Got all kinds of flavors going on with it. It's delicious. Salisbury bison steaks on mashed potatoes. If you like this recipe, please subscribe to the channel. If you ever want us to try something that you like to cook, or want us to try something that you might want to cook, go ahead and leave us a comment and we'll try to make it work. Until next time, I'm Chef Aaron Neale. Good luck and good cooking. Got something here. There's tracks all over it. It's gotta be. Ooh. Well, I have to get back to you. I got some digging to do. Oh no, it might be a Sedalia. No. Oh, I gotta get some pictures. I'll be back. I can tell by how much pressure on it. Oh, that'll do. I think it's a Sedalia with a little bit of a tip ding. I'll clean it up. Show it to you later. Bye.